Essence of an Artist. Follow Your Dream. Lauren Ellis. An autobio of her art, poetry, and life. A book and documentary.
When you realize there's nothing lacking in your life, the world belongs to you. Lao Tzu, Gao Di Ching.
This is the world. When I moved to New York from Florida, I felt like I was moving to another country. New York is so international, so many different cultures here. I felt like I was living in Italy again. So it shows different people from all over the world.
Aristotle's golden mean, beauty, balance, no excess, no waste, no greed. My yellow cloth energy came to me unseen.
Traveling the unknown stimulates Lauren's creativity. Lauren loves helping others, gifted with enthusiastic teaching abilities. She says, new adventures stimulate creativity in all of us. Lauren earned early admission to college. Upon graduation from FSU in 1977, Lauren received a fellowship from the Arts Council of Florida. The same year, the Florida State Capitol purchased one of Lauren's murals. Lauren exhibits internationally, and her art is in many public and private collections. Lauren founded Art for Healing NYC International Org in 2000. Unique for a talented visual artist to be the founder of an arts charity, Art for Healing retired in 2022. Brooks Institute. It is one of the few photography shows I have seen which speaks the language of painting, drawing, and printmaking without seeming in the slightest subservient to these traditions. In the mainstream of today's thinking about image, idea, and art. Richard Ames, News Press, Santa Barbara, California, 1979. Lauren Ellis is a talented artist, unique look. She works well with others and is an asset to be in her company, for she exudes great positive energy with an effervescent personality. Arnold Newman, photographer. He photographed Marilyn Monroe, Picasso, Salvador Dali, U.S. presidents including President John F. Kennedy, and more. 2003.
Jump in, explore, your curiosity will grow all the more. Don't be so slow. Go. Don't hesitate. Go. What is creativity? Laugh, play, explore with spontaneity. Open the creative door. Soar. Humans have an innate desire to create. It is our consciousness that creates. Consciousness exists and everything else is an illusion. Our reality is always in flux. A great Tao quote, the only constant we have in life is change. Live by Wu Wei like water. Go with the flow and project whatever you want life to bring to you. It will come. There is only one way we avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. Aristotle. Has anything changed? We materialize our invisible stories from our personal reality, impressions, and senses. Enthusiasm is the soul. Knowledge is an ever-changing, learning conversation. How did this Herculean book and film project begin? Not my idea, by far. Early 2016, my mother made her transition to heaven, and I became very depressed. Then a mysterious course of events happened. First, I met a Belgian art analyst businessman, whatever that means, and he said, Lauren, it's time for your next book. I just didn't really listen. I was depressed and I just fluffed it off. He comes back and he says, Lauren, and a film. What? Just thanked him very much for support to try to get through every day. The next thing that happened, these young Eastern European people and others came into my life, and a book and film were born. All of a sudden they left. So here I am in the middle of the lake where there's only two ways to go, either forward or backward, and I chose forward. Slowly, like a turtle, I was now in a double depression. My security blanket was gone from all these people leaving me, and my mother's depression. I went forward, slowly, like a turtle. People drift through one's life for a reason. I listen. My mother started this book and documentary because I remember years ago when we were sitting in Florida, she said to me, Lauren, when I make my transition, don't cry. So I realized it was my mom who started my project, mystically how all these people came together and then left because she knew I could do it. Follow your projects. it might take time. You might have a glitch like I had so many. Just go forward. Just keep plugging, you know? It's like Henry Ford said, when everything seems against you, always remember, an airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. When you finish it is when it's supposed to be finished. And I'm happy to share it and to encourage people to follow their projects and their dreams.
The world around me, written in high school. People I see around me sometimes seem big, sometimes small, sometimes not at all. I am appendage of society, but often feel severed. Without a quiver, my little world is cozy. It's secure, and I can find my shoes. Oh, the fools, wrapped up in tools to build their little capsules of security, their mark on the earth. Unfortunately, my frame is the same as those who play the game. I have a thread woven into it too, so I am told out of my cocoon to combat the world. Relinquish, and your life will unfold naturally. Tao Te Ching.
And what inspires me so much to do my art is nature and truth and kindness. And I was brought up with these values and humility. I'm inspired by dance. I choreographed when I was in college. My butterfly wings. This goes back all the way to when I was on Tampa Television for a TV choreography I did. Very short. I wish I had that tape. It's been used in many pieces. My ice dancing teacher used it for one of her performance pieces, which I was very happy about. And then I got to do my fantasy ice dance myself. I found the original sketch to design clothes in high school. This is a contact sheet of me wearing butterfly wings. These are my Hasselblad negatives. I like the black and white, and I don't always like to use myself as a model, but sometimes I'm the only one there. I use it, but I prefer having other models. I took dance, I studied violin. They call me a Renaissance lady. I think it's important to experiment in different mediums.
Lauren studied violin again at USF.
So all these influences in your life affect your art and affect what you do. Played tennis. They all come together, sometimes not at the time when you're doing it, sometimes later in life. People say to me all the time, how did you come up with that idea? You know, it comes from the heart, it comes from the soul. Sometimes things come through you and not from you.
From childhood, Lauren's calling was to be an artist. Her first art award was first place in 1965. In 1967, Lauren studied violin in grade school and picked it up again in college. Also, Lauren studied violin in Florence, Italy, when she studied abroad. Lauren was born in New York and grew up in Florida. Has an MFA from Florida State University and a BA from the University of South Florida.
Go for it. Go for what you want. And it doesn't matter if you make a mistake. We fall and we pick ourselves up. Japanese proverb, we fall 7 times, we get up, and we fall the 8th. If we don't try, we'll never succeed. When something comes to you, you know, what influences you, you don't really know actually, because everything in your life is cumulative. There is no time element. Time is a warp. You're never really going to consciously know how it influences your work. So I like to say that because so many people ask me, where did you get that idea? I sometimes don't know. I think it comes from past experiences, and that's why I always like to stay open to things that come into my life. It all kind of comes together, but it's not linear. Life is not linear. And I think sometimes we try to make everything more structured and really just let it flow, you know? It's like an aura. I wrote something in a poem, I say, catch an aura rather than the physical. An aura's beauty has color, it's eternal, and has pure energy. Because really, when you're attracted to something or someone, it's the aura, the energy in that person, or the energy in this piece of art you love, or the music you hear. They all fuse together. The more you let them flow and experiment, it's just making it happen.